Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be another flea market finds episode. This is going to be featuring some flea market items I picked on August 15th. And then we're going to probably add on a few other little things because that was just a few items on the August 15th pick. And I got a couple other items I just picked up here and there, and I'll just kind of lump them in here and we'll move through it kind of quickly and not take up too much of your time. So hopefully you guys are still enjoying these videos. I'm still hanging in there and trying to get them published. All right, so this first group of items all came from a flea market down in Connecticut that I don't normally go to, but I was camping that weekend, so I decided to go to the flea market. Anyways, it was a Sunday morning flea market, and there weren't a whole lot of vendors there outside, and all I got for machinist items from one vendor was these two early indicators. This one is a Koch, K-O-C-H, Universal Test Indicator from Nyack, New York. So this is one of these style strange indicators, and the needle on this one, I don't know if it's stuck or what. I had another one of these a while back and was able to actually repair it because the design is kind of neat. This cover actually slides off. This one might be stuck, but this cover will slide off and expose the inner workings. I'm probably just going to sell this one as is. And then there was this early Starrett 564, similar, probably similar vintage indicator, and this one is really sticky, so it's going to need a little bit of work, but I think it does still work. Yeah, maybe not. Well, anyways, paid $15 for this pair. And that same dealer had this empty Starrett box there, and I gave him $1 for it only because I think I have the this is for Starrett combination depth and angle gauge number 236. I think I might have one of those. So and then there was I think there was one other dealer outside I got this pair of screw jacks from. Paid $15 for the pair. They're shop made, but they're actually kind of neat looking. And then inside, I found a dealer who there's an old factory building there that's an inside flea market that's year round. So a lot of the stuff that's in there gets kind of old. You know, it's there for years. And there's a guy up there. The stuff piled up in his area is so piled on top of each other and such a mess. You got to dig. And I just happened to find these items here, and didn't really want to give much for them. But then he happened to have a riding helmet, an English style riding helmet for when you're horseback riding. And my son has started taking horseback riding lessons at my sister-in-law's farm. So I figured we'd get him a helmet. Took a chance on that helmet, and turns out it fits him fine. So I got him to sell me the helmet and this pile right here for $20. So I figure the helmet's at least 10. And then for the $10 I got this tap, which is huge and has very fine thread. It's actually marked right on the side here. This is a 1.561-20. So it's 20 threads per inch, but it's over inch and a half diameter. So go buy that today and see what it costs you. Speaking of buying it today and seeing what it would cost you, here is a round nose 2-flute end mill in the original box. This is a Pratt & Whitney Machine Tool Division, Colt Industries. They're actually calling this a high-speed steel drill, but it's 1 15/16 inches. So I don't have a mill that could handle that, so I'll have to sell that to somebody. And then not one but two unusual expandable taps, big ones. So these are expandable as you turn this cap screw in the end here, it will allow this to open up and close like a collet. And they're big. This is a 2-inch, 18 threads per inch, and this one is a 2 1/4, 16 threads per inch. This is NS. So I don't know what NS means. I know what NF is. NS. National Standard, maybe? I don't know. All right, let's look at something else from someplace else. So then I was back to my regular flea market, outdoor flea market, August 29th, and first buy of the day. Walked up to a dealer. It was first thing in the morning, and he was unloading, and there was quite a crowd around him. He was giving away some really good deals. He had a whole stack of these really heavy-duty C-clamps on the ground next to him, next to his table, and no sooner did I reach down and start picking them up, at the same time another guy did the same thing. And before I could grab 2, he had grabbed 4. So there was 6 total. At which point I looked at him and he looked at me, and I noticed that I had one of 2 different sizes, and he had also. So there were 3 pairs, and we had mixed them. So I suggested we swap. So that's how I ended up with this pair. And then he went and cut his deal on his, and then after he walked away, I had already scooped this off the table before anybody else had spotted it. Starrett indicator point holder with a whole bunch of points on it. It's even got the 2. It's even got 2 of the wheel ones on here. It does have the spring-loaded one here that is stuck. So this has gotten wet. It's got a little bit of surface rust on it. Anyways, I got that and these 2 clamps for $10. So it's almost like I paid $5 a piece for these Gigunda heavy-duty clamps, which I have no idea who makes them, and I don't care because I'm just going to use them. And then got that for free. At least that's one way of looking at it. And I came across another dealer who had this little interesting little hand vise. I kind of like these. When I can buy them right, I will. He had $5 on it. I got it for $4. It's marked Made in the USA right here, and other than that, it has no markings on it. So I don't know. Greenfield tap and die. Looks like a number 7. I'm sorry, number 5. It's a nice size, and it's actually in really good shape. I got that for $2. Oh, this Starrett indicator that is very slow to return, sluggish, needs a little work, and has no crystal. This was also part of that deal that I got for $20 that had all of the big giant taps and everything. And then the last deal I got off of that day from a dealer was put together this pile right here. Ended up having to pay $75 for this pile. A little out of my comfort zone, but nothing else was going on that day. So I got 2 general automatic center punches. This little itty bitty Greenfield. This is the Greenfield number 00. It's a little sucker. This Starrett die maker square. That's kind of neat. This radius gauge set, this is the smaller version of this set. Looks like it might be missing 1 or 2. Yeah, it's missing 2. This is a really early Starrett bevel protractor in a moldy case. And this is a nice brown and sharp inside micrometer. It's actually got just a little bit of surface rust on it, but it's actually in pretty good shape, especially for the age. It's going to be really early, judging by the velvet lined case and the original wrench. So the last 2 items I have to show you are not Machinist related, but you might find them interesting. The first one here is this this little pocket knife. Caught my eye because it has the Link Belt name on it. So this would have been a knife that was given away as a, a premium or whatever, advertising type of thing. And what's interesting about this knife is actually was made by a company called Imperial, and it was often called a trick knife or a hook knife. And the way it works, this one's actually broken. So the way it's supposed to work is, you see this, so see that little hook area right there? There's supposed to be a little bit more metal right there that's broken off. There's supposed to be a little bit more of a hook to it that's broken off. And the reason is somebody probably tried to force this open. So what you'll notice about this knife that's unusual is there's no nail groove here to get your fingernail in to pull this knife open. And you notice how it's popped open like that? That's by design. The way this knife is supposed to work is when this knife is closed, there is a pin inside the knife right here that actually falls into that hook, the groove in that hook area, and that keeps the knife closed. So you can't you can't get the knife to open. And what happens is if you hold the knife, one orientation or just about any way, it won't open. But if you hold it this way, you can actually hear that pin in there. If you hold it like this, like this, that pin will drop down and allow you to open the knife. So if you ever come across an old pocket knife at a flea market or a yard sale, and there's no place to put your fingernail to open it up and you can't get the blade out, don't assume that it's seized shut or something. Just take the time to try in different positions. Now what can happen is that pin that you hear moving in there freely, pocket lint and dirt and everything can get in there over time, or if anything else gets in there, it can cause that pin to get stuck. So you might have to give it a tap to get the pin moving. But that's basically what this knife is all about. And it's a shame that it's broken, but I still paid the $5 for it because I just thought it was really cool. I first saw this item, I offered $5 for it, and he wouldn't come down off of 10. And then when I was leaving, I went back over and I said, hey, I see you still got it. I'll still give you $5 for it. This is not the correct case. This case is actually for an electronically timed Swiss precision craftsmanship watch of some type. But what's actually in here is a pair of ladies' eyeglasses. And what I thought was neat about these is that these are all aluminum frames. So they actually have a name on them, Alumacraft. And I looked them up, and they are a little bit collectible. Unfortunately, the condition on this one's not so great because the little rhinestones, see that side there, the rhinestones look pretty good, but on this side here, there is some missing. Or discolored or something. Yes, I can see that they're not missing. I could see that they're not missing on this side. They're just there's just some corrosion and gunk in there. But I might try and use a toothbrush with a little bit of toothpaste to clean that up and see whether or not I can make it look a little bit better. So this will probably be an eBay sale. I'm not going to hold on to these, although they are kind of neat. I just don't really have much use for ladies' eyeglasses. So as always, if you enjoyed these videos, I hope you hit the like button. And if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Take care. Look ridiculous.